Hi, my name is Rowan Kemp, and I'm here with Corey Agnew, who is Associate Director on large commercial musicals like Les Mis, Matilda, and Mary Poppins. Corey, what do you do within the theater industry? I work as an Associate Director on large commercial musicals like Les Miserables, Matilda, and Mary Poppins. I remount these productions around the world, and I recast the productions to rehearse replacement cast members into the show. How did you get into the business? I performed in a lot of community theater productions as a teenager and decided to pursue musical theater full-time in college. I graduated from Sheridan College Music Theater Performance Program and was very lucky to land an internship with Disney on Mary Poppins short thereafter. This led to work as a children's director on several productions of Mary Poppins around the world. Eventually, I moved my way up to working as a resident director, person who is responsible for maintaining a long-running commercial musical, and then again up to the position of associate. Do you enjoy your... I do. I consider myself to be incredibly fortunate to work in the theater industry. Mounting new productions and meeting new people are by far the most enjoyable aspects of the job. As an associate, you end up working on the same production for years at a time. There are pros and cons of this kind of position. The older I get, the more I learn to appreciate the stability of a position like mine. However, it can be challenging at times. You don't often experience the thrilling developing new work. You don't get the same kind of variety that a gigging director does. But I feel very fortunate to be working with some of the most skilled performers in the world. I especially love working with kids, and this has been a large part of my job thus far. How does one make their way into your line of work? To give you the best chance of working in the industry, I recommend training as an actor or director at a formal college or university, which it sounds like everyone in your class is doing. It is a very difficult industry to break into. If you want to be a director, I would recommend offering to be an assistant director on as many shows as you can. Don't expect to be paid at first. You will learn a lot by being in a professional rehearsal space. You'll also get to know people in the business, and this is essential. The theater industry is a very closed industry. Producers rarely hire directors that they don't already know. Networking can be a very long and slow process, but it will pay off in the end. If your goal is to be an actor, I think it is important to make sure that you are on stage as often as you can be. Starting in community theater is great, just keeping on acting. And that you are taking some sort of scene study class on a regular basis. Many college programs offer several hours per week of intense practical acting training. This is probably the most cost-efficient way of training when you consider the number of hours of training you will receive. Once you graduate, audition for anything and everything that you can. Fringe festivals are a great way to get experience at first. Many artists also find that they need to create their own work to get started. You can write your own material or produce your own small production. Don't spend a lot of money if you choose to do this. You won't likely make it back to start with. It is more exposure at this point in your career. What is your favorite part about working in the industry? Working with interesting people and working on shows about interesting people. I'm fascinated by people and by human relationships. The theater is a unique place where we get to explore what it means to be a human, and this is the most rewarding part of the job. Is there anything you would like to tell people trying to get into the industry? I don't mean to sound negative, but I think it is my duty as a theater professional to be honest with the path ahead of your aspiring artists. I really can't overstate how difficult it is to get into the work of the theater industry. I have been incredibly lucky in my career, and I still struggle to book jobs. It is a wonderful industry to be in, but you need to be very driven and incredibly persistent. And even then, you may not work. It is a career of major highs and lows. The highs will be some of the most fulfilling times of your life, but there will be many lows. Even the best actors in the entire country tend to be out of work several months each year. If you are the kind of person who needs to be in the theater and thrive on the energy of theater, I say go for it. But no, there's nothing normal or predictable about the life of a Canadian artist. If you are committed to a life in the theater, you're in for an exciting ride. Always remember what brought you into the industry in the first place. Hold on to that love of storytelling and always just be yourself. You'll meet some of the most special people in the world, and you might even make the world a better place. I just want to say thank you very much to Corey for answering all my wonderful questions about the theater industry, and I hope you and your family are keeping safe. Have a nice evening.